Imagine this. One single night. No blood, no murder, no sex tape, no drugs, just a few thousand mouse clicks. And the most beloved male star in China, the guy who was literally called the Light of Cbiz, woke up as the most hated man on the entire internet. The 27th of February 2020, 11:59 p.m. Beijing time. Tens of thousands of Weibo accounts opened their browsers at almost the exact same moment, went to a 61-chapter fanfic on AO3, and hit the report harmful content button. The story? A fictional romance between Xiao Zhan and his Untamed co-star Wang Yibo, with adult themes. To one portion of Xiao Zhan's fandom, that wasn't just a story anymore, it was blasphemy. It was soiling the perfect image they had spent an entire year polishing. They called the operation cleanup. They set up private chat groups with tens of thousands of members, divided 24-hour shifts, wrote ready-made report templates, made step-by-step tutorials on how to report the fastest way possible. In less than 6 hours, the number of reports broke every record China's Great Firewall had ever seen. And just like that, AO3, Archive of Our Own, the biggest fanfiction site on the planet with over 12 million works, vanished from mainland China. Gone. Forever. For the first time in history, a fandom, not a government, single-handedly got a global website permanently blocked in a country of 1.4 billion people, and that fandom belonged to Xiao Zhan. The next morning, the global creative community woke up to a nightmare. Writers in the US, the UK, Vietnam, Japan opened their laptops and discovered their favorite site was dead in half the world. They traced the source and found tens of thousands of Weibo accounts with Xiao Zhan avatars, Xiao Zhan headers, Xiao Zhan usernames, all bragging about the successful cleanup. The backlash was instant and nuclear. The international community, especially the LGBTQ+ community, the fan fiction community, and anyone who believes in creative freedom, rose up. They didn't fight the firewall. They knew that was pointless. They went straight for the person they saw as the root cause, even though he hadn't said a single word. Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan boycott shot to worldwide #1 on Twitter for 5 straight days. Hundreds of thousands joined in. People filmed themselves smashing $30,000 Cartier watches he endorsed, throwing entire boxes of Estée Lauder lipstick in the trash, cutting up Todd's VIP cards, and posting it all with the caption, "I stand with AO3. Sales for several brands dropped double digits in weeks. Stock prices tanked. Douban. IMDb. My Drama List. Every old project of his got review bombed to the ground. The Untamed's rating fell from 8.6 to below 6 inches days. And in the middle of that firestorm, Xiao Zhan chose total silence. Not one post. Not one photo. Not one explanation. He disappeared from social media, canceled every schedule, locked comments on Weibo, and vanished from public view for 59 straight days, the longest blackout of his career. Insider sources said he was crushed, taking sedatives daily, that he sat in a room crying and asked his manager, "Can I even keep going?" That was the night when the love of his fans turned into the sharpest knife and stabbed the idol they swore to protect for life. This is only the beginning. To understand how protection became destruction, we have to go back to 2019, when Xiao Zhan was still just a regular design student in Chongqing who never dreamed he'd become China's most worshipped man overnight. To understand how an act of protection turned into the biggest disaster in Cbiz history, we have to rewind to 2019, when Xiao Zhan was still just a regular graphic design student in Chongqing who never dreamed he'd become the most worshipped man in China overnight. Born in 1991, Xiao Zhan grew up in a normal family. Parents divorced when he was little. He lived with his mom and grandma. In 2010, he got into Chongqing Technology and Business University, majoring in visual design. In college, he was already the campus crush. Good-looking, could sing, played violin like a pro, did small modeling gigs to pay tuition. In 2015, at 24, he joined the survival show X-Fire on Zhejiang TV and debuted in the boy group X9 as main vocalist and lead dancer. The group ran for 3 years, had a couple of decent hits like X9 and Forever With Me, but never exploded. His Weibo back then? Barely 200K followers, mostly classmates and small local fans. He was still freelancing, designing posters and shooting product photos in tiny Chongqing studios to make ends meet. People who met him in 2018 said, "Super polite, always smiling, but you'd see him in the corner of a coffee shop with his laptop until 2 a.m. Nobody thought he'd blow up." Then June 2019 happened. The Untamed dropped on Tencent Video. Episode 1 shattered platform records. By episode 20, it had crossed 5 billion views. By the finale, over 10 billion, a number no drama has beaten even in 2025. His Wei Wuxian became a continental phenomenon. People called him the most beautiful ancient costume god of the decade. The smile that could kill. Eyes that speak. TCC Asia crowned him the most handsome man in China 2019. His Weibo followers rocketed from 200K to over 25 million in 6 months. A speed that made even Dilraba and Li Xian look slow. Luxury brands lined up like it was Black Friday. Estée Lauder made him their first ever global ambassador from China. Cartier, Tod's, Olay, Keelan, Gucci, Zenith, Mercedes-Benz. Total endorsement value for 2019 to 2020 estimated north of 100 million RMB. He was on every Vogue, GQ, Harper's Bazaar cover you could name. Forbes China Celebrity 100 ranked him number 11 inches 2019 and shot him straight to number 1 inch 2020. Magazines called him the light of Cbiz, the hope of an entire generation of young actors. Fans called him Gege, the light of my life, the last perfect man on earth. His fandom grew at terrifying speed. Major fan stations like Xiao Zhan Bar broke 3 million members. Groups like Leiwan Tendoma became the most powerful opinion leaders, able to push any hashtag to # hot search in minutes. They built the perfect Xiao Zhan. Gorgeous, talented, humble, clean, zero dating scandals, doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, always polite, always on time, always helping staff. To them, he wasn't just an idol anymore. He was the nation's son, the last pure male celebrity left in the world, and they were ready to do anything, literally anything, to protect that image. That perfect, untouchable image became the detonator for the 227 disaster. When one fanfic dared to stain that purity, even in fiction, they couldn't accept it. They believed they had to clean everything that touched his perfection. They had no idea that their protection would make the man they loved most pay the heaviest price imaginable and leave a scar on Chinese fandom that has never healed. Next part, we dive straight into the fanfic that started it all, and how a campaign that felt righteous to them became the biggest nightmare any fandom has ever lived through. The backlash came faster and hit harder than anyone could have dreamed, and it was merciless. Within 24 hours of AO3 going dark, the international community went from shock to full-scale, organized fury. They built an entire site called 227 database to archive every piece of evidence, screenshots of the private chat groups, step-by-step report tutorials, the victory post screaming mission accomplished. Everything got translated into over 10 languages and blasted across Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Discord. After Xiao Zhan boycott shot to worldwide # for 5 straight days, beating out major political events happening at the time. On some days, it hit over 2 million mentions. The boycott went official and spread like a virus. People filmed themselves smashing $30,000 Cartier watches he was global ambassador for, throwing whole boxes of Estée Lauder lipstick in the trash, cutting up Todd's VIP cards, burning Gucci shirts, mailing products back with receipts and notes saying, "I will not support an artist who condones censorship of creative freedom." Some stores in the US and Europe even put up signs saying, "We stand with AO3," and quietly pulled items featuring his face. Estée Lauder sales dropped 12% internationally in March 2020 alone. Cartier pulled several campaigns with his image in Europe and the US. Tod's and Keelan dialed back his face on global socials. One parent company's stock fell 5% in a single day. Investors called it the worst PR nightmare in Chinese entertainment history. On every rating site, Douban, IMDb, My Drama List, Rotten Tomatoes, his entire back catalog got review bombed without mercy. The Untamed score crashed from 8.6 to 5.8 inches days. Thousands of one-star reviews. 5 stars for Wang Yibo, 1 star for Xiao Zhan. Can't watch knowing the lead has a toxic fandom like this. Cancel this show to honor creative freedom. People even dug up his 2018 projects like Oh, My Emperor and Duluo Continent just to tank them too. Inside China, his own fandom fractured deeper than ever. One side kept defending. We just wanted to protect Gege from being defiled. We never expected this. The other side started soul-searching. What have we done to the man we claim to love? Thousands publicly announced they were leaving the fandom, posting long apologies to the global community. I'm ashamed I ever participated in the reports. I'm so sorry to everyone on AO3. But the thing that shocked the world the most was Xiao Zhan and his agency's response. From February 28 to the 6th of May 2020, 59 days straight. Total radio silence. Not one post. Not one photo. Not one word. Weibo comments locked, every schedule cancelled, every event postponed indefinitely. Insider sources said he was crushed, taking sedatives daily, that some days he sat in the recording studio crying for hours. A close friend later revealed, he asked me if people would ever accept him again. He was terrified he could never come back. His agency, Xinli Media, the company behind the Untamed, stayed quiet for almost 2 months. Only when the pressure became unbearable did they post a short apology for causing disturbance to the creative community, which Antis immediately slammed as blaming the fans instead of taking management responsibility. Those 59 days of silence turned Xiao Zhan from indirect victim to accomplice in the eyes of the world. To them, silence was complicity, and the price was his career, nearly destroyed on the international stage. Final part coming up. The infamous 1,000-character apology on May 6 that got called fake, and how the scars of 227 still bleed every time he trends, even in 2025. The backlash came faster and hit harder than anyone could have dreamed, and it was merciless. Within 24 hours of AO3 going dark, the international community went from shock to full-scale, organized fury. They built an entire site called 227 database to archive every piece of evidence, screenshots of the private chat groups, step-by-step report tutorials, the victory post screaming mission accomplished. Everything got translated into over 10 languages and blasted across Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Discord. After numbers, Xiao Zhan boycott shot to worldwide hashone for 5 straight days, beating out major political events happening at the time. On some days, it hit over 2 million mentions. The boycott went official and spread like a virus. People filmed themselves smashing $30,000 Cartier watches he was global ambassador for, throwing whole boxes of Estée Lauder lipstick in the trash, cutting up Todd's VIP cards, burning Gucci shirts, mailing products back with receipts and notes saying, "I will not support an artist who condones censorship of creative freedom." Some stores in the US and Europe even put up signs saying, "We stand with AO3," and quietly pulled items featuring his face. Estée Lauder sales dropped 12% internationally in March 2020 alone. Cartier pulled several campaigns with his image in Europe and the US. Tod's and Quillen dialed back his face on global socials. One parent company's stock fell 5% in a single day. Investors called it the worst PR nightmare in Chinese entertainment history. On every rating site, Douban, IMDb, My Drama List, Rotten Tomatoes, his entire back catalog got review bombed without mercy. The Untamed score crashed from 8.6 to 5.8 inches days. Thousands of one-star reviews. 5 stars for Wang Yibo, 1 star for Xiao Zhan. Can't watch knowing the lead has a toxic fandom like this. Cancel this show to honor creative freedom. People even dug up his 2018 projects like Oh, My Emperor and Duluo Continent just to tank them too. Inside China, his own fandom fractured deeper than ever. One side kept defending. We just wanted to protect Gege from being defiled. We never expected this. The other side started soul-searching. What have we done to the man we claim to love? Thousands publicly announced they were leaving the fandom, posting long apologies to the global community. I'm ashamed I ever participated in the reports. I'm so sorry to everyone on AO3. But the thing that shocked the world the most was Xiao Zhan and his agency's response. From February 28 to the 6th of May 2020, 59 days straight. Total radio silence. Not one post. Not one photo. Not one word. Weibo comments locked, every schedule cancelled, every event postponed indefinitely. Insider sources said he was crushed, taking sedatives daily, that some days he sat in the recording studio crying for hours. A close friend later revealed, he asked me if people would ever accept him again. He was terrified he could never come back. His agency, Xinli Media, the company behind the Untamed, stayed quiet for almost 2 months. Only when the pressure became unbearable did they post a short apology for causing disturbance to the creative community, which Antis immediately slammed as blaming the fans instead of taking management responsibility. Those 59 days of silence turned Xiao Zhan from indirect victim to accomplice in the eyes of the world. To them, silence was complicity, and the price was his career, nearly destroyed on the international stage. Final part coming up. The infamous 1,000-character apology on May 6 that got called fake, and how the scars of 227 still bleed every time he trends, even in 2025. The 6th of May 2020, exactly 59 days after AO3 vanished from China, Xiao Zhan finally broke his silence. No photo, no emoji, no background music, just a black screen and over 1,000 white characters on Weibo. He wrote it slowly, sentence by sentence. "I'm sorry for taking up so much public resources during this time. I know I still have many shortcomings. I've disappointed a lot of people. I will prove myself with real actions. Thank you to everyone who still brave, chooses to trust and stay by my side." He never once mentioned AO3. Never mentioned 227. Never mentioned the fanfic. Never mentioned the mass reporting. He only vaguely referred to improper behavior by a small portion of individuals, causing negative impact, and promised he would manage fans better in the future. To millions of domestic fans, in the tightly controlled world of Cbiz, that was the most sincere apology he could give. To the international community, it was the most fake apology in history. They called it a classic, non-apology apology, kicking the can down the road, waiting for the storm to blow over. Fake apology exploded instantly. Comments flooded in. Apologize to AO3. Apologize to the writers. Apologize to the LGBTQ+ community. The post racked up over 12 million likes from Chinese fans, but also hundreds of thousands of hate comments from international accounts before they were all locked and hidden. The world was waiting for a direct apology. It never came. Fast forward to 2025. The scar called 227 is still there, bleeding every single time Xiao Zhan trends. The Immortal Ascension trailer just dropped. It looks stunning, projected to shatter box office records, yet under every article you'll still find comments. 227 don't forget. AO3 is still blocked. He never truly apologized. On Reddit r/c drama, r/bl drama. Every time someone praises his acting, someone drags 227 back into the conversation. Some old fans still live with guilt, waking up from nightmares about the report button they clicked. Some aunties still hold the line. Talent recognized. Forgiveness never. But from those ashes, Xiao Zhan quietly rose in a way no one saw coming. He didn't justify, didn't clap back, didn't explain. He just worked. New dramas kept coming. Ratings through the roof. Luxury brands still lined up. Concerts sold out in 8 seconds. Hundreds of millions in quiet charity. No PR needed. He still smiles, still gentle, still says thank you in front of the camera like nothing ever happened. In 2025, he's still top 3 traffic king in Cbiz. Can still push any hashtag to #1 inch minutes. To millions, he's living proof. Even if the whole world turns its back, even if the fandom you love betrays you, if you don't quit, you can stand up again, stronger than before. But 227 is never just Xiao Zhan's story. It's a shared wound for an entire generation of Chinese fandom, and maybe the world. It taught us that blind love can be more powerful than any weapon on earth, and when that love turns around, it destroys the very person you swore to protect till death. Never let "because I love him" become an excuse to hurt others, even if it's just words on the internet. Because one click can change a life forever, and one wrong way to protect can leave a scar that never heals. Thank you for sticking with me through all 5 parts of one of the darkest nights in Cbiz history. I hope this story makes us all think a little harder about how we love our idols, and where the line is between love and toxicity.